Hello students, our today's topic is federalism. Now what is a federalism? The proper definition of federalism is that it is actually a system of government. It is a system of government in which the power is divided between the central and different constituent units. It is called a federalism. It is not possible for a one person or one organization to handle the whole system or the whole administration. So federalism is the best way for this. Let us take an example of school. Here it is a school building. Approximately 1,000 students are in this school, but for a principal it is not possible to tackle all the students, to educate all the students, to check their copies. It is not possible. So for that he divided his school into different units, which we call the different classes, and appointed one class teacher to each class, as we appointed in our second level one chief minister to each state. Now for a class teacher it is not possible. Now in class teacher it is not possible to take all subjects, so class teacher divided its class according to the subjects and appointed different subject teacher for each subject in the class. And to maintain the discipline in the class, he also appointed one monitor in the class. So this is how, by dividing the powers, it is easy to administrate and tackle the system or any organization which we are handling. Now in federalism, in big countries it is not possible to tackle the whole country, the whole administration of a country with big population, with diversity of a lot of culture, language. It is divided into basically two levels of governments, and somewhere more than two levels of government also. The first level of government is the union or the central government. Central government divided its work into, according to the size of the country, into different state government, and the different state government again divided its work into different district government. This is how it is easy to handle the whole country administration by this federalism system. India itself a federal country. In India, let us see the key features of federalism and compare each key system of federalisms by India with India. Key features of federalism. Now let us come the first key feature. According to the first key features, there must be two or more than two government or levels. That is the first main feature of federalisms. If we compare this feature with India, in India the first level we have is the central government in Delhi, and 28 in second level we have 28 state government. We also have the third level, that is the panchayat systems, and each state according to their population has many panchayats or municipalities. Now let us come to the second key feature. We see that each tiers, in the second key feature we see that different tiers of government govern the same citizens, but each tier has its own jurisdiction in the specific matter of legislation, taxations and administration. Let us take the example in India. In legislation, or during the general elections which are for the central government, we are giving, each and every citizen gives its vote for that. Similarly, we are giving our vote for state legislation, also giving vote for the local elections, for the panchayat systems, mayor, and for municipalities electing the mayor. Similarly, for tax, we are giving tax to central government through VAT and other systems. We are also paying tax to the state government we are giving the bill of electricity to state government. Similarly, we are giving many small taxes to, which are specified in the constitution, to give to the local government. And the third thing is that in administration also we are participating in administration of central, state and local government. So all the three tiers all the different levels of the government govern the same citizens, and each tier has its own jurisdictions. Now let us come to the third level, key feature of federalism. In this third key feature of federalism, that each the jurisdictions of respective levels of tiers of the government are specified in the constitution. Means each and everything is specified in the constitution, mentioned in the constitution, so there is no doubt and no problem. So the existence and the authority of each tier of government is constitutionally guaranteed. Now the next key feature is that the fundamental provision of the constitutions cannot be unilaterally changed by one level. Means only one level cannot change the constitutions, the fundamental provisions of the constitution. If we see in India, if we want any kind of fundamental provisions, then we can change these provisions by there are some condition for it, that must be passed by 2/3 majority of the Lok Sabha and then Rajya Sabha in the central government. Then it must be passed by minimum half state legislative assembly, that is minimum 14 states. We have 28 states, means minimum 14 states से इनका पास होना जरूरी है, and then it must be signed by the President of India. So this is how a provision can change. Only one level cannot change any kind of fundamental provisions by itself. The next role in the federalism is of the courts, that have the power to interpret the constitution and the power of different levels of government. Now here it means that court can interrupt or explain or define any kind of problems, doubts or act. In India, if we take the example of India, the High Court and the Supreme Court can explain if there is any problem or doubt in any kind of constitutions. Let us take the example of Uttar Pradesh. Recently, Mayawati arrested the president of Congress, State Congress of Uttar Pradesh, and charged on her one act. Then within 4 hours, the Supreme Court of India released her and cleared and defined the real meaning of that article, and that lady, the president, Congress president, state president, does not come in that article. So this is how court can interrupt whenever it thinks it is necessary for country's unity. Now let us come to the sixth feature of federalism, that is about the sources of revenue. Each level of government is clearly specified to ensure its financial autonomy. Means the revenue or the collections of money or tax is specified by the constitutions. For example, the VAT, and from where the tax comes to the central government. This is how it works. Similarly, to work, state government also need money and present its annual budget. Let us take example of electricity. If we pay the bill of electricity, it goes to the central government. If we are going from our road and we are paying some चालान वगैरह जो हम देते हैं, that goes to the municipalities of the third tier. So means each and every tier is specified in the constitutions by the name of union list, state list and the concurrent list. Now let us come to the seventh feature. It is very important feature, that is about the dual objectives. The dual objective means first to safeguard and promote unity of the country, and the second thing is at the same time accommodate regional diversity. Like If we take the example of India, we have a lot of diversity. We have 22 plus 845 languages, more approximately 900 languages we have. Similarly, we have 7 different types of species living in India. World's 8 major religions are found in India, and many other types of physicals and human diversities are found in India. So the main role of the government here is to maintain this diversity in India, to give freedom to each language, culture and religion in India, and at the same time also accommodate the unity of the country. So this is the seventh and the most important key feature of federalism. So this is how we see the 7 key feature of federalism and compare each key feature of federalism with India. If we see the federalism, then federalisms are of basically 2 types in the world. The first type of federalism is called coming together, and the second type of federalism is called holding together. Now coming together means where there are many small countries, and these all countries want their presence in the world. They all decide to join themselves and make itself a big country, and this big country is called a coming together federalism. Let us example of USA, where 13 different countries or colonies, they all come together and make one nation called USA. Similarly, Australia, etc. other nations. As we see here, the different countries decide to come together, and here different countries which come together, they all become a state in a country. So here the main power is on the hand of the states. In USA we see that each and every state has its own constitution, its own Supreme Court. The citizens, there is no citizen of a USA, there is a citizen of Texas, there is a citizen of Florida, California, Ohio like states. So the here, in other words, here the states are more powerful than the central government. Now let us come to the holding together. In holding together, a country is already very big country, population is too much, and it is not possible for the central government to handle and tackle this big country. So for that, this country decide to divide it into many states. Here the union government decide to divide the country, so the central government divide the country according to its comfortability. So here obviously the decision was taken by the central government, so central government has the main power and the state governments are under the central government. Examples are like India. During the independence, India is a very big country, a lot of diversity is here, so it is not possible for Delhi to handle the whole country. So we decide to divide our country into many states, and later on in the year 1993 we divide our country. We make the third level also in urban areas, which is called the municipalities, and in local areas, which is called the panchayat system. As I told you that to run the country, each and everything is specified in the constitution. Similarly, the powers are also specified in the constitutions, like the subjects which will be handled and tackled by the central government. They all are mentioned in the union list in the constitution. These all subjects are those subjects which are in the interest of country. Like defense, there must be one defense of a country. It is not possible that there is a separate army of Jammu and Kashmir, separate army of Rajasthan, separate army of Gujarat. Similarly, a policy, foreign policy must be one. It is not possible that Kashmir decides China as its friend, UP decides China as its enemy. So there must be one policy, one foreign policy of the country. So one foreign ministry in the country. So the subjects which are interested, which are national, which comes in the national interest, they all come in the union list. The examples are foreign minister, defense ministers, etc. Now the second list is the state list. In state list, those subjects comes which are under the, which are tackled by the state, which are not so much important for the union government. So union government decide to give these all subject to state list because they are directly linked with the local community, and for the state government it is easy to contact with this local community, like agriculture, electricity, etc. These all comes in the state list. These all subjects come in the state list. There are many subjects which are tackled by, handled by both the union government and the state government. These all subjects are called or are comes in the concurrent list. Like there is a home minister of central government, there is a home minister of state government. The state government has its own police. Similarly, there is a central police like CRPF, BSF, and other paramilitary forces. Education, in education, state board comes. Each state has its own state board. Similarly, CBSE and ICSC, they all are coming the state, union list, union government, under the union government. So all those subjects which are tackled by both the union and the state list are comes in the union. Now as we all know that the changing is the main principle of nature. Changing is the main principle of nature. Like after morning comes afternoon, after afternoon comes night, and the next day again comes day. We are children, then young, and then come old. Similarly, today when we make the constitution, these are the subjects which are very very important for the country. Maybe possible that in near future they are not important for the country, and some new subjects will come. Like when we make the constitution, at that time there was no computer, but today the computer is the main lifeline of the system. So today we have IT has its own minister, while we have, while radio is no importance today. So the subjects which are not mentioned in the constitution, that whether they are coming in union list, state list, and concurrent list, these subjects are comes in residuary list, or these subjects are called residuary subjects. Now the question comes that these residuary subjects are tackled by whom? State, center, or it comes in concurrent. Till it is not mentioned or specified in the constitution by an amendment, these residuary subjects are tackled by the union list, and after that when it is mentioned through an amendment, then it is handled by the list in which the subject is mentioned. So today we learn about federalisms, the key features of federalisms, and the powers. What are federalism, the types of federalisms, and the powers divided in the federalisms. In the next class we will see that how federalism is practiced, like in India, our linguistic states. For that we take the language policy. We will see the three different center and state relations which we face. Then we will see that the decentralizations of India, and then we will come to the conclusions of the topic. That's all for today.